A minute. What's in the news today? What's happening here?
I've been trying not to look at the news the last
Worry.
couple of days because
Don't
it was
worry.
stressing me out for too many days.
It's
Billionaires
depressing.
are becoming
Uh,
billionaires.
billionaires are going to become more than trillionaires,
Billionaires.
dude. It's good.
Dude, they're fucking manipulating the market, dude.
Oh
Eh,
yeah, oh yeah,
Manipulate
Yeah.
yeah,
this. One
oh
minute.
yeah,
One
yeah.
minute. 1 minute.
Good time for them to buy. We can't afford anything.
Do,
Yeah.
do, 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 do. We're gonna get live. We're live on Facebook and
So
soon
my
to be
face,
live on El Radio. Let's
love
see
radio.
what region we're okay with because they always knock us off. They mute us. They mute us on Facebook because we play good ass music.
They
Like
can't
tonight,
handle it.
They're
they
haters.
can't. You want to actually listen to the music itself? Go to our link there for Live 365 MVMN, Mi Vecindad, My Neighborhood. This is a family friendly show, family
Until it
affair.
isn't.
So you will hear
So
los niños in
this
the
set is
background.
very unique. Because Manny, you did the same thing I did. A couple of brand new bands, and then a couple of like revisits.
Mm-hmm.
Testing. You want some more? Oh, yeah? Billy wants to chime in on what's going on. Let me play this music and I'll get you, okay? All right. So, can you guys hear that?
Yep.
All right. Perfect. We're on the
todo va
air.
bien ahora.
Va todo bien. Kids in the background, no problem, right? I know. Let me finish this song and let this guys get on. Oh, bless you. La tuya. Now, check out this song, man.
Melenas, we haven't played
Oh yeah,
Melenas
that
in
was
a while.
it's a great opener.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell it on live because it's a story.
Okay.
It's a story.
Well, there's at least 4 bands that I see that que no hemos tocado en bastante tiempo.
Mm-hmm.
And Melenas is one of them. Because I don't think Manolo, when was the last time you played Melenas? A year and a half ago?
I don't think I was the one that played them, dude.
Was it me?
I might have been.
Okay. I know one of us has played Melenas before, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's
There's a little bit of an echo.
yeah. I think it's because of the. Yeah, that's what I was looking at right now. It's like
So who's Peanut Butter Wolf?
you know what? That guy is pretty good. If you listen to the original of this song,
Mhm.
I didn't know it was a cover.
no, sorry, the original, not remix version, the non-remix, because this is a remix.
The
Okay.
Peanut Butter Wolf remix.
This is a Peanut Butter Wolf remix, exactly. The OG version, it doesn't sound like this.
Oh.
So he did a intro. So anyway, yeah, let's just enjoy it.
Yeah, turn it up.
I'm already excited. so there's guilty pleasures behind this song,
Mm.
and
I like peanut butter.
you took it somewhere else, which is lovely. I love it. I love it. But no, it's not what you think.
No.
You know. And remember, guys, I'll let you know turning on mics. When I give you the big thumb, it's because you're on, your mics are on.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on mics. Aquí tu amigo locutor, programador y muy bien desconocido Doctor G.
¿Y su cómplice, el chivo?
Y el Manolo Diabólico, buenas noches. Raza.
A ver, doctor G. ¿Qué onda con melenas and bang?
Mira, it happens right now that, okay, Melena's, okay, my guilty pleasure. So there's this HBO special called The Righteous
Chipstones.
Gemstones. Yes, The Righteous Gemstones. And so the latest episode, check this out. The latest episode, I was checking it out. It's a guilty pleasure. It definitely is a guilty pleasure. I'm very honest. It's that guy Danny. You know, he does some stupid ass fucking comedy. I mean, it's stupid, right? I mean, really. I mean, I'm not whatchamacallit. It's true. That kind of satire, that kind of comedy, it exists. This guy Danny, the guy. So anyway, there's a scene where these guys are obsessively like rich, taking people's money because of religion. So that he plays on this whole gospel people who make a lot of money off people, right? Anyway. So they're walking in one of the big old mansion places and they're literally walking and they're playing this song. And so they're like walking in with some attitude, like going to like the siblings. And I was like, who is this? A song in Spanish? Chivo, earlier we were just talking about Bandcamp, Apple Music, Apple Radio, Sirius XM.
Yep.
Still, we don't hear Latino alternative music
much
as much as a radio, as a concentrated effort, right? It's spread it out here.
Exactly.
But listening to this song, and then I felt like a badass. I was like, oh, I want to strut to this song. So I was like, bang, 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 baby, bang, bang, bang.
Okay,
And so anyway,
right. Guilty pleasure.
From Pamplona, España, dream pop indie remix by
usually they're more guitar heavy, in the shoegazy type, But yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So
that was happening.
What's up with Peanut Butter Wolf?
You know what? I don't know the guy, but he did a really good job with them, because if you listen to the original, it's good. It's good, but it's like you said, it's very on the indie side, yeah. So you're not listening to it's not vocal forward like this particular remix, especially the bang 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 baby. That's right. Anyway, that's my spiel.
A ver, pues siguiendo con esa onda de estilo de música for this night. Yeah, it's very I think without even trying, we went heavy into, I don't know what, dream pop, shoegaze. I don't know what we did, but we did something. A lot of
Paxil and red wine, dude.
Yeah. I'm down with that. Yeah, Paxil and red wine. Mira, muchas de las bandas, creo que la mitad de las bandas que estamos tocando en esta noche, they're like legit new, with very little information. And I'm not even gonna kid you on a couple of them from mine. And then a couple of like bands that we haven't played in a long time that we're revisiting. But let me go with bands que son really new, and I need your help into figuring out where these next two bands are from. Because not even kidding you, okay?
Really? Okay.
We're going to go with Estamos Perdidos. La canción se llama Marzo. They have 3 singles out. in the last like 8 months. That's all I know.
They're either new or it's a
Like,
project.
yeah, but that's all I know. Not country, not band members, nada, nada, nada. So vamos a ir con el grupo que se llama Estamos Perdidos con la canción Marzo. And then we'll come back.
Ok, aquí en mi vecindad, Radio Diablovisión MVMN.
Woo! Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. These next two bands, no info. I got big asterisks on my notes because there is nothing. I'm sure if I had social media and dug, maybe I can find something.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Apple, Spotify, Bandcamp, et cetera, nothing for the next two bands.
Cool.
And that's good. And that's kind of okay. Sometimes you want to go out there and see what happens, you know?
It definitely sounds like you said very very indie.
Well, Manolo, he went with it. He went with whatever I sent, and he just like doubled down. And he's like, okay, let's go all in, you know?
He doubles down a lot. And
Yeah.
We know that, you know. I mean, it's okay. We love him for that. You know. He's good, you know. His word is definitely something we appreciate here.
I think they're from Ecuador, bro.
Okay. And that's the thing is you think they're
Well, there's like this article on Filter que dice estamos perdidos un poco de shoegaze desde Ecuador, la banda de rock alternativo y shoegaze de Quito.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's one more line than I have. Because all I know is that they have literally 3 singles, and they're all like one song singles. In the last like.
But
7
we've
months.
been doing some good stuff, and this is one of them.
No, well, if they're from Ecuador.
Oh, Ecuador, Quito.
There's not
Ecuador.
much.
There's not much in Ecuador. Or coming out of Ecuador.
De vez en cuando sí tocamos algo, pero neta, it's not at the forefront. So I'm glad. I'm actually very happy.
This is really good.
It's not bad, huh?
Yeah.
You know, te digo, 4 de estos grupos que andamos tocando, en esta no, 5. 5 of my picks are brand new. And one like, you know. Now this is another band. Le da miedo. 1 EP. 3 singles, and actually those 3 singles are on that EP with a couple extra tracks, so I don't know if that counts. And they've been around for less than a year. Okay,
they're from
good.
Mexico, dude.
I was hoping.
Because their Instagram is Le Da Miedo MX. So I'm thinking they're from Mexico.
I'm pretty sure if it says MX.
Yeah.
But around about a year. Yeah.
Wow,
I'm telling you, I'm playing 5 groups that are pretty brand new. Like less than 2 years each. Yeah.
Nice. This is very guitar heavy.
Most of the stuff that we picked tonight, it's loungy or dreamy, but it is guitar driven.
Yeah, it's definitely dreamy.
It's the Paxil.
The Paxil. You know what? I was like, what is Paxil? And I was like, what is Paxil? And I was like, what is Paxil? And I was like, I know what it is. What is it?
Manny knows all the downers. He knows all the downers.
Yeah.
You know why? You know why? Because when I worked at the clinic, there's folks who do the rounds. They'll hit up all the clinics to get scripts to get refills, and there was young folk who would come in to get a script.
Paxil.
For
Paxil. Oh,
for all that shit.
Yeah, it's I I did a couple of things here and there, but it was always organic.
From the earth.
Organic. I never got into that
Monterey
uppers and
Bay
downs.
mushrooms.
Mushrooms, organic. Mota, organic. Actually, when we first started smoking la mota, it was probably from Mexico, and it was like not organic. It was probably organically grown, but not transported.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
they
when
used to-
we were kids, it was either dime
Hard
bags
times, bro.
of like dirt brown mechs that like you can
Right.
like or,
Dude, I remember
or it
those
was
hard
like
times.
sticky green bud from the montañas. There was no
Yeah,
in betweens.
yeah.
Like it was like either really really good stuff, or it was just like yeah.
Dude, lo más gacho was when you were fucking hitting a joint.
Yeah,
you
seeds.
pop.
Yeah, I remember that. Or stems.
Like,
like throw the stems in there.
what the hell, you savage?
Oh, I was telling my vieja, like, remember
Turning
Manolo?
on
how
mics, turning on mic.
Le da miedo. La canción se llama Lasaña. El grupo le da miedo. Real new. They took out, hicieron 3 sencillos. They took a couple of tracks off most of them, put them together and made an EP and added a couple of other tracks. Son de Mexico, and that's all we know. That's it.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's what their Instagram says.
Antes de eso, escuchamos a Estamos Perdidos con la canción Marzo. También tienen como 7 meses. I'm not even kidding you. 3 singles out, just 1-track singles. And Manolo dug some digging, and he found out they're from Ecuador. That's it. That's what we know.
Quito, Ecuador.
But, really good, loungy, shoegazy, guitar-driven, mellow stuff. I kind of like it. Now, esas eran bandas muy nuevas. Let's go with a band que hemos estado tocando aquí en mi vecindad por un chorro de años. They started en el 2015. Son de Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Okay.
And they actually put out a couple singles in the last couple of years, and I haven't really had a chance to play them. So vamos con la canción de Mal del grupo Las Olas.
Aquí en Diablo Visión, mi vecindad, MVMN. Hey, I just shared an article
Nice.
about Estamos Perdidos. Yeah. They look young, dude.
Be right back.
Yep. Everybody's into 90s stuff with a little bit of early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, 90s was the shit, dude.
Oh, yeah. It's hardly even in an article. It's like sentences.
Mm-hmm. Here's another one. Looks like it's a 4-piece. I mean, this one's got a lot of fucking text, dude.
Jovencitos, dude. Jovencitos. They're probably not past 25. Any of them.
No. So where's this band from?
Las Olas from Buenos Aires.
Okay.
For Estamos Perdidos, they put the top tracks. That's the only 3 tracks they got. So it's like they're all top tracks.
They're hits.
But I'm not talking. I was stoked to have found both those last 2 bands. Just give them a little bit of a highlight. Eso es lo que hacemos aquí en mi vecindad. We try to scour the internet so you don't. And believe it or not, we're snobs.
Yeah, but you know what? If you do, send them our way, and we'll
most likely play them.
If we can,
so like, yeah.
If they're good, for sure. I like the cover.
Yes.
This animation.
Yeah, Las Olas has always been kind of like drugged out dream pop. You know.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm surprised. 10 years now. Pero sacaron un disco el año pasado. I just didn't know it. So, I mean, maybe. I mean, I haven't dug into it too much, but it could have been one of the contenders. So maybe Manolo and I usually do passes sometimes because it's not our fault that we didn't find it. It's your fault that you didn't send it to us.
There's only so much of us.
So I mean, maybe. I mean, I'll dig into it. Yeah, but maybe might make a repeat later on.
Yeah.
I know I played the mess out of Las Olas' first EP from back like around 2016. I played the mess out of it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, what's up with this band?
Okay. Very new band.
Repeat yourself. So.
Igual. They started in 2021. They are from Mexico. Okay, they started as a duo, and now they're a trio. They call themselves Shoegaze Dream Pop de la Habitación, you know, which makes sense.
Bedroom.
Yeah. So, yeah. Te vi en un planetario. When I was listening to this, I thought of Manolo. I'm going like, this is something Manolo would like. He'd be like,
especially the outfits, right?
Yeah. Now the first two people, the one on your left and the girl in the middle, they originally started the band, and the other gentleman joined on this last release. From what I get out of the little information I have, but también muy nuevos, been only around for like 3 years or so.
That is pretty good. ¿De dónde son? ¿De qué parte de México?
I want to say El Distrito, pero I could be wrong. You know, but I know they are from Mexico. That I do know. So, México está representando hoy en esta noche. Like, I think at least a third, if not half of the set is from Mexico.
It wasn't intentional, which is interesting.
Yeah, three quarters of my set is from
and I think
Mexico.
like half of my set's from Mexico. So like,
I was the one who ended up in Spain.
Yeah. You know, but that's the way we roll here in Vecindad. Sometimes we don't mean to go heavy into one region. It just sometimes happens. Sometimes we're in Peru. Sometimes we're in Spain. Sometimes we're in Mexico. Sometimes we're in like Texas and East LA. You know, like we just don't know.
Sometimes we are a little cray-cray because of what's happening in our neighborhoods. Like bands that are coming, bands that are playing, bands that we can't go see because we are vatos duros pero rucos también.
Now the next band, Manolo, is the other band on my list that I have no idea where they're from.
Infantes Terribles.
All I know. Okay. No, we're not turning on nights.
Yeah.
We still got one more song.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. I did lower that.
No, you're right.
Cut him off.
No, I am right. I am right.
Yes, come back on. Come back to us, mi vecindad listeners. Okay. La falla técnica hoy en esta noche.
It wasn't me.
It was me. Anyway, estamos hablando.
Did you have
No,
dark
wait,
tea late at
I
night?
just, you know, I get lost in shoegaze and dream pop sometimes.
En tu habitación.
Bueno, acabamos de escuchar a Te Vi en un planetario con la canción Te Odio. And Manolo, when I was listening to it, not only did I think que te iba a encantar esta rola, I was thinking like, man, how many times have all three of us heard that chorus said to us?
Well, before that is Te Amo, Te Odio.
Well, it always starts out Te Amo.
Make up your mind.
But then it soon goes, Hijo de Te Odio con una pasión.
You're right.
You know, and from the beginning, from the first song, it's the theme. It como que sigue.
The theme tonight is very into that. Like, yeah, I kind of put it together that way. You know, we went out to dinner in March. You know, listened to a couple bad songs, and now I hate you, man. You're the devil.
You know what? And maybe next week we're gonna love everybody.
Yeah. Anyways, Te Vino un Plantario
Mhm.
is de Mexico. They've been around for a few years.
Nice.
Nice shoegaze. Antes de eso, Las Olas con la canción de Mal. Ellos son de Buenos Aires, Argentina. They've been around. They're the veteranos of tonight's show. They've been around for 10 years. I've been a fan since their demo and their first EP back hace 10 años atrás. Back then they sounded more garagey, but fun stuff. Anyway, so what do you guys think of Te Vi en un Planetario?
That was honestly that inspired how I
Oh,
closed my set. So
Nice.
so we'll come back to it.
Yeah, for me, I think I always say this, and I'll say it again. It flowed. Like the whole playlist just
Okay.
kind of flowed, and it was
Okay.
really nice.
Oh, nice.
You
Okay.
know,
All right.
I didn't think, for some reason, I don't know why I didn't think the Bien Un Planetario was from Mexico. Because the dreamy, the shoegazy.
Well, I will.
know?
I will say this: Mexico rifa when
Uh-huh.
it comes to shoegaze and dream pop.
Yeah,
They
that's
kind of lead the front when it comes to that. For like bedroom type pop, they
Right.
they really do.
okay.
So let's keep it going. Con el siguiente grupo
Just
is
did.
oh wow, man. Okay,
You're going. You're there.
wow.
You haven't left.
Estábamos hablando afuera del aire que la mayoría de estos grupos, sin querer, son de México. Like we didn't purposely,
Yeah.
go out there. Like, in fact, two of the groups, I had no idea where they were from, and Manolo did some investigative work and found out they're from Mexico.
Mm.
And we were just talking about how like Mexico rifa when it comes to shoegaze. All right.
Mhm.
So Infantes Terribles con la canción No es Julie, because it's not July, it's Julie. Estos muchachos tienen 4 singles in less than 2 years.
Mm.
Okay, so they're
fairly new.
brand new,
Yeah.
but they're pumping it out. So let's check it out. Infantes Terribles de México, el estado de México, para que veas. No es Julie.
Mi vecindad, MVMN.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so that makes 1, 2.
I know.
Kind of froze there, dude.
You were on a roll.
I was like-
Yeah. The packs will kick in.
But you know what? That's not uncommon porque cuando empezó, even like for example, cuando empezó la Supreme, it was just a single, and then at some point they dropped an EP, but then it was just trickle of singles.
You know what? Honestly, we've all talked about it on the radio, but I strongly feel like if I was in any band in the last 5 or 6 years, I would not do albums. I would only do EPs or singles. That's it. There is no need to put all this effort to record one album every 2 or 3 years and put all your effort into it when you could actually be releasing a product.
You know
every
what?
6
You know why
months.
those efforts don't exist anymore? Or
They're not cost
they're not cost effective. You're paying for it, right?
Yeah.
And you can do whatever the hell you want, and it's so much.
Yeah. Especially if you're an independent band, it makes much more sense going into the studio, recording 2 or 3 songs, putting that out as an EP. I'm not a big fan of these 1-song singles. I know why they do it, but like there's a couple bands that we played in the set list tonight. They're like, okay, yeah, you did 3 singles in the last 7 months, but they're really only 3 songs.
Yeah,
So-
but you know what? The attention span has changed to
It
the
has.
social
That's-
media.
Oh, no.
So all you have to do is drop a single, like put it on social media, and it'll keep you relevant.
Yeah, I would find that middle ground of like short EPs every few months, because my fear is that you put out a song, what if it sucks, and then you got to wait a few months to put out another song.
Yeah.
But if you put out like an EP of like say 3 songs, 4 songs, more likely they're gonna like 2 or 3 of them. But then again, dream pop is different. Those songs are longer. I'm thinking more in the punk rock thing.
Mhm. So coming back to the comment that you made about like you would only do singles or EPs instead of albums. Basically, that came to me over the weekend because I was listening to Biznaga. Their last two albums are
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
I don't love so their first three albums, maybe like I love half of each album.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? They could have easily combined both of those and made one amazing album.
They have a label, right?
Well, now, yeah, but I think we talked about it with the album before last. 'Cause remember, my big fear was that they peaked on that album, you know, and well, they proved us wrong, me wrong, and they had a guitarist that left, and they brought in a Tiki Punk, and they actually kicked it up one more notch. Okay.
Ashtray.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe big bands like that, they have to do the album every 2 years. That if you're a young band, I'd say singles and EPs until you get to a point
Yeah.
where you can do an album and support it. You know, right? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like Biznaga is at a level where they can put out an album, tour the mess out of it for a year, and then take the next year to record another album and then
Yeah.
repeat.
Yeah, I guess what I'm just trying to point out is cuando sacaron a Bremen No Existe,
Yeah.
that was their first album completo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when they came out with Ahora, even better.
And I agree with you. Those are the two albums that like
Yeah.
we were fans of
Cambia
Biznaga.
la portada, güey.
Right now we're listening to Ashtray Girl.
Yeah, remind me of the portada because
Ashtray Girl is from Querétaro, Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And where was the band before from? Oh, wait, Los
From
Infantes
Mexico.
Terribles. Yeah, from Mexico también.
So I mean, check it out. I have 1, 2, 3. Actually, every single one of my bands, 4 of the bands are from Mexico, 1 from Ecuador, 1 from Buenos Aires.
you know, I'm gonna repeat this, but the name Infantes Terribles, for some reason, reminds
That's French. La Infant Terrible.
Yeah. It's like
from a book, or
is it a short book?
well, I was thinking more of the Boondocks. Yeah, those old school cartoons.
Yeah.
Those are Infantes Terribles. You know, I mean, goes to show our ages, right? And how long have they been around?
Ashtray Girl, 3 singles since 2022.
You did pick up some babies. You got.
These are all brand new bands. These are all like, yeah. La única banda que tiene tiempo es Las Olas that I played, but everybody else is anywhere between a year to 3 years max.
Turning on mics.
Eso fue la canción Alegría Melancólica del grupo Ashtray Girl de Querétaro, México. Antes de eso, Infantes Terribles con la canción No es Julie, igual de México. New groups. Infantes tienen menos de 2 años. Ashtray Girl tienen 3 o menos. Yeah. Very, very young groups. So that was my set.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Portion.
Your dreamy pop, shoegazy.
Very young new bands.
Y la mayoría en tu habitación en México. Nice.
Yeah.
Sin querer.
Yeah, y sin querer queriendo, we're gonna keep it going because 3 of my bands también.
Are you saying y sin querer queriendo like el chavo because we're on mi vecindad?
Yep.
Órale.
Yep. Exactly.
So ahora vamos a ir a México a escuchar un power trio de Madrid, España, mi amigo Mac, con la canción Ataque de Nostalgia del EP que sacaron en el 2023, Canciones para dejar de estar solo. really, really, really cool band.
This is a really good song, though. This is
yeah,
like, you
yeah,
played them before, but like,
yeah, and it's one of those bands que I intended to play them more, and then I realized it's been a minute since I've played them. The EP kicks ass, que salió en 2023. It's awesome. They've been around for about 5 years. And como se describen, hacemos lo que podemos.
nice. And we do the same here in mi vecindad. Fallas
Yep.
técnicas and all. Anyways, vamos a seguir aquí con mi vecindad. Diablovisión MB, MN. Woo.
Open.
Yeah, I was thinking you would like this song.
Yeah. But I agree with you where I remember you playing them at least a year ago and more. And we forgot about them. Not that we forgot about them, but like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's one of those where like, why haven't we played them?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it was one of those things that I would have included in the best of 24, pero the EP salió in 2023, like way, and I'm like, it was kind of one of those things where I was like, I probably should have included it. Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes you just got to make a judgment call. Like, you know, I didn't get to it, but I discovered it in 2024. So it's like, sometimes I'll let that year go by like this. There's a couple of groups that I've been que salieron en 2024 officially, but I didn't listen to it in 2020.
Right.
I'm listening to it now. You know, so it's still less than a calendar year. I'm going like, maybe, you know, it depends how big our list gets towards the end of the year, but like, possibly get in there.
Yeah.
You know,
and like this next band, I just apenas me topé con ellos, and I love that Candy. But you know, they've been around for a minute.
They've been around for a long time. G used to play him a lot. Like that's I thought you'd okay. Because the next three bands, either you've played or G's played a few times. You know. And then I love how we're ending it.
Yeah.
Because have you listened to that tribute?
The one from where that song. No, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's a stacked tribute.
¿Qué dice tu playera, güey? Hey G, ¿qué dice tu playera?
Informatex.
He's on mute.
Oh, he's on mute, huh?
Informatex, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's one of my. It's part of the company. My SMS mass mailing service for nonprofits.
Cool. How many nonprofits are you in, dude?
I'm not in any nonprofits. So what we do is provide a service for nonprofits. So they contract us to send messages to their clients.
Okay.
So text messages.
Gotcha.
You know how you get a message from your doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing, but our focus is working with nonprofits. So
do you also
contracts.
Work with cochinos? A bunch of dick pics and shit.
Mass. Yeah, I mean, I only know 2, maybe 3. So it's not mass mailing, you know. But if you want it, we can provide that service for you, Diabolico.
Yeah, I can make some referrals for you. What are you drinking? Guinness?
Guinness, yeah, man. I love it.
Guinness is strength.
Guinness is strength.
You know, it's that season.
Es la pura vitamina G.
See this? When
this
did
came
this
out in
album
2016. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Like I knew it was like, you know,
dude. But on
I don't. Do they exist anymore?
And last album.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
This album, 2016. But honestly, I love their first album, Stranger, just because it has a lot of that post-punk new wave sound.
Yeah. And think about like when it was recorded over 10 years ago. You know, they're
Yeah,
way ahead of the curve. You
2009.
know,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, because this totally gives me that like Madrid vibe.
Mhm. But I don't think
No,
they're from
son
Madrid
de
though.
la capital.
Yeah. But again, Mexico Rica, when it comes to like shoegaze, post punk, a lot of
Yeah.
dark stuff, like they've just always been ahead of the curve. Like when it comes to that.
Did you turn it up or did G turn it up?
I
Okay.
think G turned it up somehow.
What happened,
And now
G?
he turned it off.
What happened to the music? There it is.
I have no idea. I'm sure I pushed the button. Yeah.
You usually do
Yeah.
or do not push.
That's what happened in this particular song from Candy. I pushed the button. I must have. Yeah. So where's Candy from?
Pinche DF, güey.
Oh, that's right. It's all Mexico from now on.
Yeah.
Turning on mics, turning on mics.
Ok, acabamos de escuchar a Candy con la canción Villa Aurora del álbum Atlas de 2016. Candy es un quartet que se formó en el 2006 en la capital, la Ciudad de México. Beautiful, sexy, post-punk, new wave, dark pop, electropop.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of their first album, Stranger. It's so awesome. And this is, I know you guys have played them for a while, but man, I did a deep dive on them and I'm a big fan.
Yeah. No, they're a great band, dude. Like they were like when we restarted Me Vecindad about 10 years ago, they're one of the bands we were playing quite a bit in the beginning, you know. But telling us, wait. Do they have a
Do
new
they?
single out?
Well, there's a couple of different bands named Candy. Yeah.
Oh, that might be what
So
it
there's
is.
there's
Okay.
some other Candy bands that
Okay.
not my
Yeah.
cup of tea.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Ok,
Anyways,
ahora
keep
nos
it going,
vamos
Manolo.
a Baja California con Hola Magenta. And I know you guys have played this band for a while. Esta canción almost made our final set last year. Que hice, un sencillo que sacaron en 2024. I think you're a little bit more familiar with them, Hector. So why don't you fill in the blanks?
They're just a good young band, dude. Like, and I don't know why it didn't make our list.
Because it was
In fact,
stacked.
it could because it was stacked. But if you look at it, they released it late last year.
Yeah.
So it technically can qualify for this
okay.
year. So why don't
Yeah.
we listen to it and see what we think? Hola Magenta. I mean,
Yeah.
I like them. You know, they've been around for a couple years.
Yeah.
They're still young. They got con la canción ¿Qué hice? Mi vecindad.
¿Magenta o magenta?
Magenta. Well, in English, it's
Right.
magenta.
And well, I was translating some stuff for work and then realizing it's like that does happen, you know, where like you use certain there's certain words that are used in the Spanish language a lot that are Anglo, right, or English. Like
What do you
Candy.
think about it, Manolo? This song came out November 6th.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
It was pretty much
So-
like when we were pretty.
You were putting it together. It was kind of brand new. You probably
Yeah.
felt it was stacked, but I strongly think that you should.
Add it to this here.
It could
So
well at least
yeah,
put it on
so-
a side list.
So
you know,
this
like, hey, you
song
know.
was going to be on the set, and I ended up putting the Lasitu song just because that song was so
Yeah.
mind-blowingly different from what we've heard in their library.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to find if the chick Carolina Yee has done other stuff, and I couldn't really find if she had or hadn't.
I don't know. I think they're a pretty young band, dude. They've only been around a few years, so like, you know.
Y luego, you guys don't remind me to change the portada.
Yeah,
When?
dude.
You walked away,
She,
dude.
Man, I gotta fix the Infantes Terribles situation here. I think I'm gonna work on it this week so that it doesn't happen next week. Actually, next week I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen because I'm gonna be at my mom's in my studio over there. I have isolation. Salud a todos los que están escuchando a través de YouTube y también Facebook, Diablovisión. Muchos saludos a Don Diablo. They're going back to Mexico this, beginning of May.
Are they playing festies or what are they playing?
I think what happens now or recently is that people are just creating their own like events. Not a big old festival, no. So, and I say that because some of these events are like day long presentations, right, of music.
Yeah.
Ska or like hardcore, or ska punk, or So, so they're back over in Mexico. Los señores de Don Diablo y la música de Don Diablo. So, para tus oídos. Solamente.
So this
song, I was gonna ask you.
So this was, to me, this was just to compliment the Infant Terribles and Te Vi en un Planetario. It has that vibe. But dude, these guys are fucking sexy. Fucking.
They've been doing it for.
But they have different styles too, right? Because this is very dreamy.
Yeah, they do that avant-garde dream pop shoegaze.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This is some good lovemaking shit, dude.
Right, and with or without like other stuff.
You mean like another person, or what are you talking about?
Sure. I mean, I'm open. I'm whatever floats
like,
your boat.
When I roll.
When it rolls, you just got to go with it. It's like, well, you're in a team and you're like rowing, right? You just got to go with it. You got to win. Get to the other end. That's the point. But yeah, I mean, I think I understand where Diabolico was saying earlier when we started to play this. How, without no pun intended, how very bedroomy it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Unintentionally with the red wine, right? So I think this is one of those lists that we come up with no intention but to create good music again and good playlists here on Vecindad. And it's happening. It happened again. Minfield.
Well, Minfield, the Tijuana, dude, they've been around for a while, man. They've been around for at least 10 years.
Yeah, they were formed in 2015.
Not like,
we've been playing them here for a bit.
Yeah.
Right since we started, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been prolific. 3 albums, 1 EP, 2 singles, 10 years.
Yeah. Plus, you also got to figure there was
Yeah.
a pandemic in there, which stopped a
Yeah.
bunch of bands. So even to just continue, you know.
Turning on mics, turning on mics. Give me a second.
Que acabamos de escuchar a Mintfield con la canción Delicadeza de su álbum Sentimiento Mundial que salió en el 2020. It's a two-piece, originalmente de playas de Tijuana, pero ahora de la capital, a Estrella del Sol y Sebastián Neira. Beautiful, beautiful avant-garde, dream pop, shoegaze. With what I love about it is that it does have a little bit of trip hop and sometimes a dash of post-punk. That's all shit.
Yeah, when they first started out, they were definitely more trip hoppy. Like,
you know what?
Yeah.
I love trip hop in the bedroom, man. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I still love Portishead, like to this day. So I mean,
in the bedroom.
Anyways,
yeah,
of course.
Okay, that's good. That's very good. There's some instrumentals that I don't know why. Anyway, I mean, maybe we should focus on like the music and not.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Just bring it back because what's that?
Well, I want to go into this last song. I've been dying to know when this came out.
So this is something we have been committing as an error. We have not been acknowledging Los Planetas as a band that's been around since the 90s. No pun.
What are you talking about? Like we acknowledge Los Planetas is one of the most instrumental bandas de España de la música alternativa.
No, what I'm getting at is like us and Mi Vecindad on our playlist at the end of the night because they're very contemporary for the 90s, but also currently because of their style.
Okay, well, what's weird about Los Planetas is like el primer disco de Los Planetas came out, I think, 97.
And they formed in 93, I think, 93, 94.
It might have been 96, 97. So that's when I first got that one. Y la canción que vas a tocar is my favorite track off that.
It's one of, okay, so we're finishing the night con Los Planetas, and Los Planetas are celebrating 25 years of the album Super 8, Super Ocho, right?
25. It's older.
It's probably 30 then. It's 30.
I think that I think it's gonna be closer to 30. Because I remember he was in 96 or 97.
That's right. It's 30 years old. It's 30 years old. Exactly. So it's 30 years old. They're celebrating 30 years of the album. And in doing so, sacaron un album called Super H, homenaje a Super 8.
Yeah.
With all these bands from across.
It's heavy hitters. And a lot of these bands, I remember a few years ago, bandas como El Mató un Policía Motorizado, Triángulo, and everybody else saying, we grew up listening to Los Planetas. That's what got us to like, because they were kind of like, I guess the Radiohead of España for that little era. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kind of like, so it's kind of neat. Like, una de las bandas de momento right now de Madrid is Depresión Sonora. Okay. So it was a trip when you put this track on to finish. I'm going, my favorite Los Planetas song is
¿Qué puedo hacer?
¿Qué puedo hacer? And Depresión Sonora is doing it. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Right.
Trip out.
And
okay.
So what's more interesting than their collabs with all these other bands?
Well, okay. Check it out. Who's on this? Okay, Manolo. So you can take notes soon. Calavento, Carolina Durante, Alcalá Norte, El Mató un Policía Motorizado, Melenas, Marcelo Criminal, Los Puncetes, Triángulo, and un vato que I don't know, Edu Requejo. I should probably know who he is, but I don't. Pero
Yeah,
damn,
there's
you
some
know,
good bands.
it's stacked. It's stacked, you know. And they probably could have gotten more bands to get on, but como dice G, there was only 11 tracks on the album, so only 11 bands can
So
be invited.
this is brand new, right? Just came
Yes,
out.
just
Yeah,
came out. It just came out.
just came out.
Yeah.
En mi,
Yeah.
porque cuando estaba buscando las melenas, and I found the song because I had to do, figure out who was that person when they were strutting in and they're being all chingones, and the righteous gemstones. And I found it, y de ahí, I saw this homenaje to Los Planetas, and I was like, what is this? And look at the portada. I mean, it's like,
It's a plate.
it's a plate.
Well, it's a plate, but
Yes.
it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same figure of
Yeah.
the original
Yes.
portada
From
de Los
that,
Planetas.
from Super Ocho. From Super Ocho.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is their best.
Yeah.
album.
It is. I mean, and so anyhow, I came across it. What I was getting at earlier is this. Mira, Los Planetas, and it could be just me. It could be just me that I'm not acknowledging them for being rucos like us, because they are. Cuando en el atmosphere de los grupos de los 90s, que les damos homenaje al final de la noche, le damos honor, presentamos una canción de ellos que tiene que ver con el playlist, o no. Los Planetas have always been within like the playlist, never like at like they let's honor them. So anyway, we're honoring them, but also Depresión Sonora is.
They're playing
when we're
soon,
done with
right?
this,
I was gonna ask you. They're gonna be.
I'm gonna go listen to the Alcala
Yeah,
Norte song.
Aren't they here like this weekend or next weekend in Santa Cruz or something?
When am I gonna pick up my tickets?
I can't remember. I gotta find out. You bought tickets,
on
Mano?
connection.
Corey's in Mexico. Wait, he's
just gonna he can just make a call.
Wait, mandó un mensaje like he's all, I got 4 different forms of ID. One of them's gotta work.
Hey.
They're gonna let me back in. He's all, but I'm scared because I got 3 shades darker, and I'm like, you stay away, dude. What are you doing bronzing, bro?
So este fin de semana we got El Teatro Campesino doing some good stuff.
Nice.
So check it out. El Teatro Campesino.
Right.
San Juan Bautista, right?
San Juan Bautista.
They're doing Dia de la Familia for Teatro Campesino. It looks like a pretty lit event. It's got a lot of good stuff, some folklorico, like
some theater,
a lot of good stuff, and some theater. And then my kids got invited to jam, so they're like on the cup.
Yeah,
they got
2 to 4.
Yeah,
they're on.
Dude.
So
it'll be fun. So I'll be there all day on.
It's a Sunday,
it's
right?
Just a trip because my girls don't understand. Yeah, they don't understand. Like I was telling him, like, no, this is a big deal. The Teatro Campesino is like especially when we were growing up, it's historical. I go, that's got some clout against it. I mean, some clout. So for you to be, and pobrecitas, they're just happy to be playing. They don't really know. Like, I'm like, no, man, Teatro Campesino is a big deal.
La Bamba, and
like you do theater, and this is the Latino theater of California, especially for Northern California. So like, pay attention. Anyway, so that's this Sunday. What else is happening? The Depresión Sonora soon. I forgot. I think it's in a week or 2. I think it is. It's on like a Tuesday, I think. So I got to figure that out. So check it out. They're playing the Catalyst aquí in Santa Cruz. They're playing Cornerstone in Berkeley. ¿Y qué más?
Up I think they're going even further north, right?
Yeah. I think further north. Yeah, I think you're right. And then they're doing a Crew War
in LA,
so,
which
and they're the only Latino band on that.
That's
whole
in Pasadena.
Yeah. So that's huge.
Bueno, terminamos con Los Planetas y Depresión Sonora interpretando la canción favorita de Los Planetas del Chivo, ¿Qué puedo hacer?
¿Qué puedo hacer? No. That's a great song. Bueno, hasta la próxima.
Buenas noches, raza. Se cuidan.
Mi vecindad.
Dude, I get a little scared for anyone, regardless of what their anyone who's not a citizen, like a U.S. born citizen. I'm a little like scared for them when they're starting to travel abroad. I'm like, there's no guarantee, man.
What other
Hey,
countries or
Manolo,
just
I don't
Mexico
care.
or anywhere?
Any country and coming back.
I, in my opinion, right now, until stuff gets sorted, I have no desire to leave this country. I want to leave it mentally, like I want to get right, but I don't trust anything because the government that is right now is looking for an excuse to not
It's
let
a
you back
gross
in.
abuse of power because the only one who can remove granted immigration status is an immigration judge, but a lot of the border patrol agents are saying, "Oh, no, you're not coming in."
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
So that's just like illegal.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be bouncing anywhere. You know. But
Well, be careful out there. Be careful out
you're
there.
getting me bummed out. I was
I
having
know,
a good
Manolo.
time.
You
Sorry.
Enjoying my set, and you just
now the wine's working in a different way.
Paxil, bro.
When we
That's
started
when
the
they need
show,
Paxil.
I told you I've been trying to not pay attention to
No,
the news.
he
this
wasn't
week
here.
because
He wasn't here for that.
it-
No newscast. This is Mi Vecindad. All about chelas y música.
But
We're gonna say
check out this
goodbye
Pompey,
to
dude.
you
There's
guys on Facebook.
Hasta luego.